We're back.
Perfect.
Perfect timing.
Perfect. You see, we can get it right.
We can do. We can, yes. It's good you got us both on the same screen. This is awesome. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Cheers. Heat wave is over. Did you enjoy the heat wave, Hidden?
I certainly did. I certainly did.
Because we are English, we do complain a lot about the weather, but I have to admit it was pretty good, wasn't it? Did you do anything nice? Did you barbecue? Anything like that?
No, we just chilled out. We pulled out the pool, had the pool out, just general things like that. And my personal thing that I like about hot days is going out on the evening or the nighttime, let's say nighttime, and just having a little smoke and looking what's above me. Normally it's nothing, but
well, I do the same thing, mate. Especially on the evening times, we've got an ice cream van that's up not too far away, so we go into our little village, have an ice cream. But there's one thing I did find, just by accident, is that I found an international shop that sells all different products from all over, like Europe and like America and stuff like that. So I've been drinking a lot of drinks, and today I am drinking this. Anyone know what that is? I think it's from Italy. Italia. Right there. So yeah, mate, they had so much stuff. Like, for instance, like Pepsi, like 20 different types. Hey, Rebecca, nice to see you. And I had like 20 different types of like Pepsis, like soda, cream, vanilla, and I had a hell of a time. Hey, Chillster, nice to see you, man. And Bob Lazar. Oh, we've got loads of people. Yeah. So yeah, that is my heat wave thing that happened. So yeah. Hey, Rotary, how's it going, man?
I'm trying to catch you all, man.
Hey, Bob Lazar. So we got Chillster.
That's it. We have Sadie.
I tried 422 hard already. It's gonna be a hell of a good one because I've got a lot of reading to do. Hey, Lionheart. Nice to hey, Bob Lazar. That's it, the man himself. Nice to see you. That's it, we did, I would say. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. It's nice to see everyone. So today's topic is a very exciting one because I've done quite a bit of research into this. It's probably one of the best sightings, I think, in terms of ufology. Let's open it as can.
I don't know, man. It's gotta.
Yes.
I mean, the last one we did. It's the last one we did, man. I think it's. I mean, I don't know. As far as evidence, the guy that reported this. I mean, this is a serving police officer.
Yeah.
So, but I really loved the last one.
It was good, wasn't it? It was good. Yeah.
I was discussing it with my missus, and I don't mean to put anything down on these people, but these people do not. Those two guys did not seem like the sharpest. Well, I want to say the sharpest pencil in the box.
Okay, yeah. Not the brightest tool in the toolbox or something like that.
Well, either way, and just on that, my basis on that alone.
Yeah.
When you looked at the story they were spewing, that was just, man. If those guys. If they were smart people, I would say, you know what, they came up with a good yarn. But it's so unbelievable that it leaves you with. I don't know.
I'll have to. Due to the recordings, unless they knew the tape recorder was actually running at the time, but from what their story has a very cohesive reoccurrence. They sound genuine, and it's going to be the same for this case as well, because it's a good one, man. I've been looking into it. You know what I'm like with ufology. I'm 50-50. What to say? I'm more skeptical than anything. But in terms of evidence, this is the thing with this one. I find absolutely fascinating. Look, guys, I do believe there are aliens that have been visiting this planet. We do have some sort of advanced technology, whether or not it's extraterrestrial or something else. Something is there. So I'm not a skeptic, even though I kind of sound like one. But when you've been in this field for a long period of time and hidden, you would say the same thing as well. You understand how the game is played.
Oh, yeah.
We just run around in circles, don't we? Well, welcome to ufology.
Well, I don't look. I don't believe that.
Go on, then. Explain. Oh, that's great. This is nice.
Well, the thing.
Go on.
Okay. Okay. The thing is, here's what I think. Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think that we running around in circles because what happens is it's like whack-a-mole, and one person will shout out when is disclosure happening. Then all of a sudden, everybody else is talking about disclosure this, disclosure that, yada 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 yada. So they got yourselves. I get it. You guys are running around in a circle. Yeah. I kind of will always be adamant about this, that the only disclosure, I always say this, is come and gone. Like the other day, I posted something up about the Canadians are setting up something to deal with their UFO sightings, but they will be looking at civilian sightings as well, which is, I think, far more, well, shouldn't say that, but I think it's as important as government military sightings.
Sure.
And I'm playing a game, and us like that play this game in what we do, like my channel. I tell you this now, I'm not an expert. I won't tell you I'm an expert. And I am somewhat of a researcher, somewhat. But I don't even want to wear that cap. The cap I want to wear for you guys is I'm an entertainer. I know that we're looking for answers, but can't we have fun while we're doing that?
Yeah. This is what got me interested in the topic in the first place. Ufology for me. Am I on a piss? What you Saxon? I think I'm all right. For me, ufology just reminds me of growing up in the 90s, because I've always had like a spooky household. Everything was either paranormal, aliens, or UFOs. That's one thing I always remember watching documentaries. Anything spooky, that's what I remember. So, but you are right. It's a very nostalgic feeling for me. But for the past 6 months, I've been like such a skeptic. I'm going, well, hold on a minute. What's the point of me doing Alien Addict then? If I'm that much of a skeptic, it says, where's the fun in it? And that's the one aspect I need to put. It's what you got to do. You got to have fun with it. And now he started like bringing up like old cases like we do in documentaries, and starting to have fun with it, and stop taking it too seriously. This is it, hidden. Everyone takes ufology so seriously, and we have to come. Well, not me either now anymore. But like again, let's just start having fun with it. It's good to speculate, sure, but at the same time, are we going to get the answers we're looking for?
You won't. You know why you won't? You know why you won't? Because let's say this is a problem that's I want to say the word this is the problem, and it starts with YouTube or content creators. They start fighting with each other, and now I've noticed that it's going into the bigger platforms, like the players in the UFO field. They're starting to fight amongst each other. So how can you get any answers when everybody's fighting and shouting at each other and lawsuits are coming down the lines? How?
But for me, that's done on purpose. That's done on purpose. That is to stir up the community, and is almost given acceptance to this bad behavior. It is bad behavior. Is in one way is unacceptable. Really, it's not really treating the subject with respect, because everyone's infighting with each other. And it's the same with the bloody paranormal community. In fact, it's everywhere, mate. Everyone's having a go at each other. It doesn't matter if you're right, left, or it's literally everyone. And this is one thing I've noticed. I'm literally pointing at one demographic and going, no, these people community are extremely hyped up, or even like an echo chamber, so to speak. But everyone's fighting with each other. Never used to be like that day, man.
Well, I'll give you this about the paranormal community, because I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook. Okay. And there's one that I really like, and I thought the guy was doing a good job. So I put out, I wrote to him, because I don't self-promote anymore. I used to, I don't do it no more. Yeah. So I wrote to him because I thought, hey, I'm sitting on this good story. not to get views, but yeah, okay, maybe catch a couple of views. I'm not looking for it. I want people to see the story that I have.
Yeah.
So I wrote to him and I asked him, can I post this? Hey, this is my YouTube channel. I covered a story. I told him what it was about, and I said, could I post it here? If it's not okay, then I'm fine with that. And he was okay. Put it on, and I couldn't believe the level of critique they were coming at me with. And I was like, hold up now. I provided you with sources. These are legitimate sources that you can check yourself. And you're talking like you're some sort of editor here, that you know how to do these things. And I said to him, not 2 weeks ago, I wrote to you because you put out a picture that was the story behind the picture was completely bogus. And I even gave him a link to the original story. And I said, the reason why I know this is because I covered it first.
It's like a big game, isn't it, mate?
But it's weird. It's weird. The level of critique that my story got, even though people did like it, from this guy. And I thought, why don't you use that when you're posting your shit?
You make a good point, mate. You make a really good point.
You know what I mean? I see. We've all seen motion blur pictures when people say, "No, look, I caught a spirit here," and it's a little bit fuzzy, but it's motion blur. We know what that is. He posts he's posted stuff like that. So now all of a sudden, this guy's an expert on my thing, but he ain't an expert on his.
Yeah, it's funny. Do you know, when I was at a conference once, I clearly remember some woman who taken a picture outside. And you know, when you got like night vision or like a slow shutter speed, and you take a photograph, and you got like a dot, like a lamppost, and because you got a slow shutter speed, if you move the camera slightly, like the camera shake. So she was going around the conference going, I caught a UFO, look at this. And I'm going, oh no, that's motion blur due to the camera. Oh mate, you should have seen her face drop. No, my friend told me this is extraterrestrial. I'm like, no, love, like, if you go out, take a photo again, but they don't want to hear it, mate. Echo chamber. They're like,
you know what, sometimes, it's much easier to tell somebody that when these situations, this is why I hate when people send me videos. I love when people send me videos. But there's a downside to that, because I have to give them my opinion of what I'm looking at.
And they don't like that opinion.
Well, yeah.
Because it doesn't go against the belief.
And I don't like doing that, but I gotta be truthful, because I remember somebody, I ignored them because I didn't want to tell them the truth about their video. And he reached out to me. He reached out to me about 3 weeks later, just saying that, look, is this how you operate? You just ignore me. So, and he did it publicly. He did it in public. So you guys who watch my videos and see people commenting on my videos, he did it in there. Did it publicly. So I had to address it. So I wrote to him and I just said, look, this is what it is. Even when you slow it down, you can see what it is. So I'm really sorry I didn't reply to you, but I didn't want to burst your bubble.
Sometimes it's for the best.
But in this game, I kind of believe it this way. It's better to tell them a lie than try and tell them the truth, because the truth is just going to get you hated.
Pretty much, mate. Pretty much.
So next, if you're ever in that situation again and you see this woman and she shows you a UFO, say, "Wow, I wish I was there to catch it." Just walk off.
Yeah. Mate, I'm sorry, but people just have to be told. They just have to be told, and if they don't like it, that's a them problem.
Before we continue, we're getting onto this. We have a question from Rotary Matrix.
Have you seen the Eric Heckler clip on what he saw on and worked on in Antarctica? I
never heard of him.
No, I've heard of him. I just ballsed up when I spoke that sentence. I might have done. I've bookmarked a lot of stuff on my Facebook, but no, I haven't, mate.
We've got a link.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Hold on.
Should I? Should I? Is that the link?
Hold on, I can do this. I can do this.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
I'm a producer, mate. I have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
right.
cool.
Okay.
It's 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes long. Okay, do you want to leave it to the end?
Yeah, because I haven't heard of this.
Okay, yeah, I got it here ready. So we'll save that to the end.
Just for me, man. How quick is this video? I mean, how recent is it? And that's it. I'll pull you up.
16th of July 2025.
Yes. Well, today then.
Is it today? Yeah, it's today. Yeah. Okay. So, do you want me to continue with the story today then?
No. Let's talk about the story that was tomorrow.
What? Mate, you've lost me. Mate, I'm too 420 for that sort of stuff. Hey, Darker Schooner, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. So let's oh yeah, my mate saw Black Sabbath a few weeks ago. It cost him 400 quid a ticket for him and his bird and his friend. Okay, that's cool, man.
I bet he would tell you it was well worth it.
Yeah, but is the money actually going to charity?
Who cares?
I do.
I don't care.
I don't trust Sharon.
I grew up listening to Black Sabbath and Ozzy, so I don't care where it goes. I would love to have seen Ozzy's and Black Sabbath, obviously, but Ozzy more.
Sure. Sure. Well, you've had your chance. Too late. But mate, I tell you what, tell you something now. That money did not go to charity. I'd like to see the receipts, please. Hey, nice to see you. Hidden.
Okay, nice to see you too.
Right, do you want to continue?
With Ozzy.
Of course, yeah.
No,
Hold
Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio was good, but he was good on his own.
Right. Never been a massive fan of Sabbath, to be honest with you.
It was, yeah, man, it was awesome, bro. I listened to them. I listened to them like in the 80s, man.
Yeah, more or less in my teenage years when I was back in the heavy metal days. I was more into that. So yeah, not knocking. But I tell you what, he did a hell of a performance though for a guy in his state and what he's been through. I have to admit, did it
mostly self-induced. Mostly self-induced. Yeah. No, Dio was amazing by himself. Ronnie James Dio was amazing by himself. Didn't like him with Sabbath. Just like how I never liked Sammy Hagar with Van Halen. But like in the 90s, I just got into different kind of music.
It's different times, man. Right. Do you want to continue?
Yes, sir.
With this amazing case. So let's get the show on the road. And let's start off with this. So this is called the Lonnie Zamora UFO sighting or landing of 1964. So Lonnie Zamora case is one of the most famous and well-known and well-documented UFO sighting in United States history. Yes, we're actually going there. And this occurred on April the 24th, 1964, near Socorro, New Mexico. And just a little bit of a summary until we get into a story. Just like a few things, a few facts I want to go into. So obviously the witness today is Lonnie Zamora, and he was a police officer in Socorro, New Mexico, and the date of the sighting is April the 24th, 1964, around about 4:55 p.m. And this was located on South Socorro near the remote desert area. So a little bit of fun facts, and we're going to talk about the full story. So the Air Force got investigating with this. So did several federal agencies like the FBI. There's been no evidence of a hoax. And there's a famous guy who's going to pop up hidden, and he's someone who I want to do an episode on, and we shall get to him at some point. So let's go through the story. it requires me to read, but don't worry, we have videos, but just bear with me. So this is the whole breakdown from the beginning to the end of the sighting. So here is the story. So Lonnie Zamora, right here, and I've got to put some photo, obviously change over the photographs as well. So Lonnie Zamora was a rookie Air Force returning to the police station after a unfortunate evening. Let me start over again. I've got to slow down because when I speak fast, I screw my words up. Okay, so Lonnie Zamora, the guy right here, was a rookie on the force returning to the police station after an eventful day when a black, is it called Chevrolet? Chevrolet? That's the car, isn't it? Chevrolet speeded past Zamora's
Chevrolet.
patrol. Chevrolet, that's it. Because that's it. So this car speeded right across Zamora's patrol car, and eventually he set off in pursuit and chased this car on north of 85. And here's a photograph of him in a patrol car or something like that. So soon as Lonnie got up to the hill or somewhere up a hill, he heard like a roar, and something caught his attention in the field. Not a field, it's more like a desert where he was at. And he saw a lot of dust being picked up and being part of the location where he was at. Obviously, Socorro Desert is extremely, it's like pretty much like a desolate wasteland, so it's extremely dry. So he sees this dust being picked up. And what happened, he reported back to the sheriff, and he's spoken to Sergeant Alan Chavez, saying that 1033, which is a code for an accident. Then Lonnie said over the radio 106, which meant he's going to get out the control police car and actually start to investigate. So what he thought happened at the time is that he saw a load of this dust being picked up, and he thought there was a bunch of teenagers riding around on their like mopeds, and someone actually had an accident, and he thought possibility that someone drove off course and had an accident in the car. So this is what he went and gone to investigate. But what he saw while he was driving, he saw an egg-shaped object sitting between two trees and a bush while still in his patrol car. And then he makes his way slowly towards the object. Now, due to the conditions of the road, it's very rockery, so he literally went off the road and into the desert. So he had to be very careful where he was driving. And eventually he parked up on a flat so he can get like a better view, because there's a lot of like terrain, like it goes up like with hills. So he managed to park on a flat, and eventually he saw the object come to a stop. And then when he got out his patrol car, and from his amazement, he was like, what the hell is this thing? So he got up closer for a closer inspection. There's a lot of dust being picked up there. And what he saw, this is according to him, he glanced down what you call a royal, where he saw this white object, which he describes as an egg-shaped. It was bigger than a car, and the craft was sitting on top of a bush, right? Not only that, he observed two figures. There we go. There's two figures that looked like they were wearing overalls, looking back at him. And he came like running down to sort of take a proper look at this object and what these creatures were. And eventually whatever these figures were, creatures or whatever you want to call it, basically spotted him, and he went back into the craft. Now, as Lonnie Zamora is bombing down, he hears this gigantic roar, like a massive boom. And that's when the craft, basically, this craft had, I should describe it, had 4 landing legs on it. Okay, we get to landing legs because it's quite important. And it also had a, let's say, the ink signature on the side here. Some people say this, from Zamora, this is a egg-shaped craft. But some people say it's a tic-tac. Obviously, tic-tacs are now coming to fruition. So yeah, what happened when you heard this roar, this massive jet of fire came underneath the craft, and he described it as orange and blue, and this is what propelled the craft upwards. And eventually, let me just go back to my notes here. So at the time, so when you heard this boom coming from the craft, he bombed it back into his patrol car, and he's trying to radio in, but the radio signal's gone dead. So this is according to him. Now, he said the craft gently rose to the height of 20 to 30 feet, and it stayed there for a short period of time. And then the object moved vertically into the distance and straight into the horizon. Obviously, at the time, he was trying to radio in, but the signal was dead. But once the object went out of view, the signal came back in and eventually radioed in to, hold on. Sorry, I think my notes. Hold on. Yeah, so he called for backup. So I was lost in my notes then. So yeah, he called for backup, and eventually another sheriff came down, and he can obviously see that Lonnie was shaken up. Oh, here is Lonnie next to the landing site of the craft. Now we'll get into the photographs in a minute. So both of the sheriff and Lonnie went down into the landing site, and they saw this big rock, and it was still smoking, and there were several bushes smoldering, and apparently it was cold to the touch. Right, some officers looking down straight after the incident, and there was 4 landing legs indentations. Oh, I don't have the photograph. God damn it. We'll bring up some magazine things in a minute. I'll show you. So basically, there was 4 indentations of where the actual craft landed. And I think there were footprints from the creatures itself. I'm not too sure on that one. We'll get to the videos. It might back that up a little bit. But we actually have some photographic evidence to show that basically there was landing legs, the bushes were on fire, there were rocks smoldering, and Lonnie Zamora, the sheriff himself, was obviously shaken up about this. And even to the day he died, he still stuck to his story. And the sheriffs that were that turned up to the site even said, "Look, you can obviously tell." Thank you, Bob Lazar. Thank you. I think that's an AI note. Basically, he was saying that he trusted Lonnie on his stories that he came forward. But not only that, okay. So what happened? The day came into nightfall, and by 9 o'clock, Lonnie was sent to a courtroom where he was given a testimony of what he saw. This was one of the UFO sightings that got immediate attention in the mainstream media. Lonnie was all over the news, and it was basically worldwide attention. But guess what, Hidden? There's a man, the myth, the legend himself, none other than J. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, damn it. I knew it wasn't the right photograph. So yeah, this is what his description of the object was. Okay, let me just go back. Let me show you some photographs. So this is the day after. This is the landing site here. Apparently the bush was pretty much burned, and some of the rocks here. We'll get to the photographs in a minute. This is the landing site itself years later. The symbol, Moody. Yes. Oh, hi, Moody. Nice to see you, man. The symbol is different. We'll get to the symbol in a minute. And this is a description of the craft itself. It's almost, you could say, it's bloody tic-tac shape in it. One can say. And this is the insignia of what was shown, which is basically an arrow pointing up with a rainbow and a vertical cross going underneath it. So J. Allen Hynek got involved with this case. The man himself. So I'd love to do an episode on J. Allen Hynek because he was basically a skeptic, but he was employed by
Blue Book.
It's basically J. Allen Hynek. For the people that don't know, he was an astronomer, professor, and one of the most infamous figures in the study of UFOs. I'm almost say UAP now, but no, UFOs. He's best known for his transforming from skeptic to serious investigator of the UFO phenomena. Here is an overview of his work so far. No, I didn't use AI. Okay, I might have used AI for this one. So basically, Hynek served as a scientific advisor to the US Air Force on UFOs for 3 major projects. And this is Project Sign from 1947 to 1949, Project Grudge from 1949 to 1951, and Project Blue Book from 1952 to 1969. Incidentally, Heinrich was a debunker hired to explain UFO sightings through controversial science. No, sorry,
Conventional.
conventional science. Thank you, thank you. Over time, however, he grew increasingly convinced that some cases could be easily be explained and warranted scientific study. Obviously, J. Allen Heinrich was the Air Force consultant for UFOs. And he eventually came to Black Donuts too. He came to Socorro, and even he looked into the case of Zamora and his superiors. And due to the psychological evidence, physical evidence explaining behind the sighting itself.
What, physical, psychological evidence?
Well, I think I meant physical, not psychological, because I put psychological and says a physical in my notes here because I'm an idiot.
You know what? You know what? We should do a show on him. You know, because
no, honestly, I would. I would love to.
Would you like to do it next show?
Yeah, I could do that, man.
Because I'd like to know. I'd like to know a bit more about this guy because I only know his name, and I know a few of the things. I've seen his names to some documents, but I don't really know. And I'm sure he did a few quotes. People will quote him.
In fact, not long ago, his son has done a podcast on this UFO channel. And it's immensely fascinating because we'll save it for next week because he's an immensely fascinating guy, and I'm pretty sure we can bring up a few videos. I got some few videos in my archive. But yeah, we're going back in ufology with this guy here. So this is one of the cases that changed his perspective.
The Zamora case.
This is a Zamora case. This is one that really hit home to Heinrich, who's going, this is just something else. And this is what made him from a skeptic into more or less a believer, because he's going, look, we can't debunk all these UFO sightings. And this one specifically has some sort of evidence behind it.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Even some of these channels, like we had a giggle one time over on Alien Attic. Remember when I came on there and you were showing me these videos from a certain channel?
Yeah.
And I laughed. But what did I say? I said 90% of the stuff is crap. But that 10%, you got something.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's it. Poor Heinrich. Oh yeah, it popped up on my feed and I've been listening to it today. Yeah, immensely fascinating, Moody. It really is really, really cool. But yeah, we'll do an episode on Heinrich himself. So he believed that Socorro event convinced Dr. Heinrich that the truth about UFOs was being manipulated by the Air Force. And after the Socorro event, he left his position in Project Blue Book because he was basically going, look, you're basically debunking every single UFO sighting. Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Nice to see you, brother. Mark Jeffrey. Nice to see you. This explanation has not been backed up due to the lack of. Oh, sorry. Nope. So 21 years after the Socorro event, there was an explanation brought up by the Air Force. Now, this took 21 years for the Air Force to come forward with an answer about Zamora UFO landing and what you saw on April the 24th, 1964. And the explanation was, it was the White Sands Missile Base testing a newly developed lunar lander module. However, the test had finished 4 hours before Zamora's sighting. Now, there is no evidence whatsoever, lack of evidence that any lunar module was anywhere near the facility. And this is, once again, typical propaganda, lies, and same thing going on, guys. Nothing's new of how the truth is out there, but it's still been hidden. I've been watching the X-Files recently, and it's, mate, it's so on point today. You have no idea. It's so good. The truth's out there, but again, you got some people like the Cancer Man, from X-Files, who's behind the scenes, and Krychek as well. Move away from X-Files. I'm not talking about X-Files, talking about this. So yeah, this is extremely interesting. But at the same time,
I can't answer you. I got it. I started watching the X-Files. Yeah. And I started skipping it when it got into the government and the UFOs. So I got to a certain. Yeah, I started skipping it. You see, this is how I am in life. I don't care what the government's got to say. I want to watch those stories where he's investigating like the werewolf, That the thing that runs
Yeah.
in the wood that you can only see from the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it turned out there was a family of them. That's the stuff. That's the stuff I want to see.
Okay.
That's so I stopped watching it. Yes.
Dude, honestly, you need to watch the second season. Start from the second season.
I watched. I've gone past that. I went past that.
Oh man.
I went to the one.
Also.
They even had some alien chasing them.
Yes, he did. Yeah, it was a super soldier. I'm gonna but sorry.
Wasn't he also a shapeshifter as well?
He did, yes, he can shapeshift. Yeah.
So there you go, guys. That's where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step out now.
It's good storytelling.
It don't look like you're investigating any like other things than this kind of stuff going down.
Oh, mate, you're missing out. You're missing the whole point.
Another
time.
I tell you what, I have been watching is Millennium. You guys heard of that one? That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What's that? Millennium?
That's his other show. You know the guy who done X-Files?
Oh yeah, the creator. Yeah.
Christopher Carter, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Well, he did another show called Millennium.
Oh, okay. That's
so and there is a crossover. X-Files does crossover into it.
Yeah, I think it was they did a spin-off, didn't they, with 3 characters. I can't remember what it was called. The Huntsman or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, back to this, because we're just going to finish off just my notes because I want to get the reading out of the way. Another explanation for this was that JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, confirmed that the lunar lander did not fly because it was dropped from a tower. Now, upon investigation,
it couldn't have took off.
Exactly. Yeah. So there was a. Oh, hold on a minute.
While you get your notes together, I got to get a shout out. I got to get a shout out to Rebecca. Rebecca, you remember when you said there was a second sighting? Is there any how you could get a link up to that? You're a mod, yeah. Can you just link it for me, please?
Yes, the lone gunman. Thank you, Mark. That's it. I can think of it. Yeah, the lone gunman predicted an event before it actually happened.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
I don't know. I haven't watched it, mate, but it just predicts an event that happened September before it actually happened.
Really?
Yes. Is
that a TV show then?
Yeah, it's a TV show. I think it was like 1 season. You know the 3, what would you call them? Sidekicks or something like that in X-Files? The 3 nerds.
Oh, yes.
They did a spin-off.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, they did a spin-off for those 3 characters. I think it
did
only
they?
Yeah. It's called The Lone Gunman. And it showed a plane about to hit something. That's what I'm saying. That's it. But yeah. Okay, tell you what.
Is that the second sighting, Rebecca? Just say Y for yes. You don't have to write in or yeah, baby. Just write in yes or Y. Come on.
Do you want to bring this up, mate?
Have you got it? No. Just put it to the side because let's tell the Zamora story. And then we can find because Rebecca said there was a second sighting.
Yes. Do you want me to? I tell you what, I'm going to bring up a video of the second sighting.
Oh, you had it already. See, Rebecca, ye of little faith.
Hold on. It's on my phone.
I'm going to take your wrench from you.
Hold on. Okay. Right. Socorro UFO. I've got to find this now. Hold on. Socorro UFO. 6 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask. I'm going to. So is it?
I got it here. Here we go.
The Lone Gunman crew were the most fun characters in X-Files. Is it worth a watch?
I think it's worth it.
I just want to see the 9/11 thing.
Oh, you said the word. Yes.
Oh my God. Forgot.
Right. Here is, I believe, what Rebecca is talking about the second sighting.
Love you, YouTube. You're the best YouTube.
Report that.
Oh, no, 420.
Holder said that throughout his conversations with Zamora, he had the impression that the officer was confused and wanted an explanation for what he saw. Other witnesses. Although the incident became worldwide known thanks to the police officer's sighting, few people know that the egg-shaped vehicle was seen and reported by others that day, long before Zamora's sighting went viral. A member of the National Investigative Committee on Aerial Phenomena, NICAP, Detective Ray Stanford, also reported on the incident in his book, Socorro Saucer, The Closest Encounter of Them All. One of the sightings was witnessed by two tourists, 24-year-old Paul Keyes and 26-year-old Larry Kratzer, who were approaching Socorro from the southwest in their car, less than a mile from the spot of Zamora's sighting. They reported seeing the flames and the raised brownish dust, but whether this was during landing or takeoff is unknown. However, it is known that they saw the phenomenon from the direction in which the officer sighted the phenomenon. Their story was reported in an article in the Dubuque Telegraph-Herald, April 29, 1964.
Oh, there it is.
A local gas station operator, a man named Opal Grinder,
Look at that
reported that a group of 5 tourists driving north from Colorado stopped for gas and told him that they had encountered an oval object flying east-west that flew directly over their car at about 150 miles per hour, just a few feet above them.
Sorry.
The head of the family jokingly added, "Your aircraft around here flies awfully low." The family thought the flying vehicle was in trouble because it had landed in the desert south of the nearby airport, away from the highway, and they also saw a police car approaching the landing vehicle. It was thought to be trying to assist the passengers of the crash-landing aircraft. The original footage below is an excerpt from an interview Mr.
Yes,
Grinder gave to Ray Stanford.
Well, that tourist came up here and wanted gasoline. He come from the south. And he said, "Your aircraft around here flies awfully low." I said, "Well, how was that, sir?" He said, "Well, it like knocked me off the road out there." Because it must have been in trouble, so the policeman was going to it. So I asked him, "Was it the helicopter?" He said, "No." He says, "It was a funny looking one."
Oh, shit.
So he went on about his fares, and I was making up the bank deposits for the bank at 15 to 6, and that was the same time he was here. And the next morning, well, it dawned on me that the time element was the same time that the tourist was in here, that Zamora went to that object that was on the ground there. And I called the radio station, telling them Zamora was not telling a lie, because the tourist seen something and didn't think much of it. And he saw the policeman also going to the object that was on the ground, which was a UFO.
Although the identities of the members of the tourist family were never revealed, 3 years later, in 1967, the gas station attendant signed an affidavit in which he continued to insist on the story. Another witness called an Albuquerque television station around 5:30 p.m. and reported an oval object flying at low altitude, slowly heading south towards Socorro. This report was picked up by KSRC Socorro radio newscaster Walter Schroed when...
It wasn't me, man. You know the Shaggy song.
Did the bike pick that up? I'm so sorry.
Man,
I do apologize. I'm sorry.
The space station heard that one.
So sorry, man. And hey, I think we got Rich from Goof on. Rich, is that you, buddy? Samu Goophonian Rockstar. I think I said that right. Welcome on in, man. Welcome on in. Yeah, sorry if you heard that. I do apologize. And let's continue.
He interviewed Zamora on the radio the next day. Schroed believed that it was probably the same object that Zamora encountered only 15 to 20 minutes later, so the police officer's claim seemed to be corroborated. Stanford also mentioned in his book that the loud rumbling of the object during takeoff and landing was heard by several other witnesses. An official with the Socorro Sheriff's Department said that hundreds of people...
Sorry, Samu. Yeah, Samu, not Richie. Sorry, man. I do get confused by the two. But welcome on in. Nice to see you.
People in the southern part of the city heard the sound, and Stanford spoke personally with 2 women who heard 2 separate rumbles or bangs, perhaps a minute apart, shortly before 6 p.m. In addition to the first witness, 3 other people called the police dispatcher immediately after the incident, before the case was made public. They reported seeing a bright flame in the sky. Police officer Lonnie Zamora was interviewed by Streeter Stewart of NICAP by telephone 5 days after the incident. Here is an excerpt from that interview.
I was chasing a reckless driver going up south on Park Street. Up to the time I came to this little road, I heard this big roar blast. We got a dynamite check to the west there. I thought I'd investigate maybe blow it out. So I started up there real fast. Halfway through it, I stuck my head out the window, out of the car, and I seen this white object. I didn't know what it was at that time. I thought it was a car that turned over, vehicle that turned over. I started up real fast so I could maybe help the people in the car. I went up to it close, about 200 feet. I was 200 feet from it. I got off the car and started going when I heard this big noise again, same noise, and the flame coming under it. I got scared, started running back. I ran about 50 feet from it. Afterwards, I didn't hear the noise no more. I just lifted up my head to see what was happening. It was real quiet then, and I saw this white object just take off towards the west there, smooth out.
Did it leave any kind of a vapor trail when it took off?
No, sir, it didn't. Just quiet, no trail, no nothing.
But it did make a roar at the time you approached it.
A big roar, yes, sir, it did.
And you could actually see the flame in under it.
Yes, sir, I did.
Was it standing on legs?
Yes, sir, its legs. I call it legs, yes.
And you thought there were 4 of these?
Apparently there was on the markings on the ground. It was 4 legs, yes.
In other words, you examined it later on.
Yes, we did. Me and state police, New Mexico State Police.
After it took off, did you go back to get help?
No, I raided help from the car and we came on out, yes.
I see. And when you went back to examine it, what did you find near where it had been parked?
Well, the bush, a bush is there around there, greasewood and grass was still burning. So, and I saw those markings on the ground, prints and everything else.
There were prints as if it had been standing on these legs.
Right.
Did the legs go up into the object when it took off? Did you notice that?
No, sir, I didn't notice it was fast.
And after it got into the air, did the roar stop?
Yes, sir, when it came straight up.
There we go. That is one of the statements from Lonnie himself. So, Hidden, now you know the basic background of the case itself. What's your opinions? What's your thoughts so far? I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring some photographs from a magazine back in the day. Hold on.
When he was describing it taking off.
Yeah. So you are talking about, bring this up, mate. Bring this up, okay? So, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. It's terrible. Oh, Rotary says this might be man-made. Possibility, mate.
Because I'm thinking that.
Fakers and chaos.
I'm thinking. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm trying to catch you. There you go. Got you. I'm thinking. I'm wondering, could this be in some sort of hot air balloon? Because the way he's talking about, he could see the flame inside as it was going up. Sometimes, when you hit the fuel to make the fire go, because it's not oxygen, there's tanks on them. You know what I mean? So to make it, that would make a roar, wouldn't it?
You're talking about hot air balloon, the fire burner, the burner.
Yeah.
I think the police officer would have known what a hot air balloon looked like, mate.
No, but maybe it's some sort of balloon. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know because
how do you
propulsion?
No, I mean, how do you make the indentations in the ground?
Oh, that's a heavy object.
Yeah, but how do you make the burn indentations on the ground? You're not really putting a burn on the ground
Well,
unless you're
that
inflating.
was the takeoff. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Imagine, don't imagine no basket. Imagine no
Right.
basket. So because what he said is when he was looking up, he could see the flame of it going up,
No,
but
mate,
no,
it wouldn't. I
but
would
no
agree with.
noise. But no noise.
Nah, I would agree with Sumo on this one. I don't think, mate, that officer would have known what a hot air balloon looked like, and the fact that you got to take in consideration the
I don't-
sighting before of those two people that witnessed the craft coming in.
Indeed, yes.
So you got to take those as swamp gas. Hey man, hey Tone Star, nice to see you, man.
No, you're
Welcome
right on that fact because you got other witness that's saying it was flying from east to west, or was it west
Yeah.
to east?
Yeah. Well, just to sort, we can play more clips in a minute. You know me as a historian into ufology. I've just got a very handful of books here. I mean, you haven't seen my complete archive I've got over here, but obviously I collect a lot of magazines that are going back for the past, well, 50s, 60s, and 70s. So this one here
You
talks
got it.
about Lonnie Zamora.
Rocket balloons.
Nah, hold on. Let me Google a rocket balloon. What the hell was this you're talking about?
Rocket balloons flying in a direction wherever you want to go. Rocket balloons.
Rocket balloons? Nah, mate. Give me a flipping break. Right, okay. I'm going to show you now what a rocket balloon looks like. Hold on, no, hold on. I'm going to show you what
Rocket balloons filled with swamp gas from Venus.
Right now. Right, hold on. Bring this up. Bring it up, brother. Is this what you're talking about?
Rocket balloons. There you go.
Case solved. That's it. We solved the case. Nice one, Hidden. Nice one. All right, let's bring this photograph back up from my collection.
It's because I'm
Oh, yes.
stoned. It's because I'm stoned, and I knew he would look it up, and I knew he wouldn't be disappointed.
Actually, I wish it was that. It would have been pretty funny for a policeman to misidentify such a silly object. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is from my own personal archive. All right. And this is from, as you can see here, the date is 1967. So this is 3 years after the sighting itself. All right. So this is it so far. Let's click next. And in here is almost like the first reporting of the sighting, because a lot of magazines didn't produce a lot of UFO magazines back in that decade, so to speak. I'm not going to read because you know how much of a terrible reader, but if you would like to read it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you can go ahead. I mean, me putting up the pages, you would have thought I'd be reading, but anyway. But basically, this basically goes over everything that I've been talking about. So, what are the stories that I've been showing you? I've been told you today from my notes. It's all from these books here and magazines, I should say. So, you know me as a historian, I like to go back into like old school. So here's one page, and here is another one.
And is that got the proper diagram?
This is the proper diagram, apparently. Now, Moody, could you explain? Because I don't think I got the video in my archive. Hold on. Because it was talking about the symbol.
420.
Happy 420, guys. The symbol, they actually changed it in the mainstream media. Now, there could be someone who has misidentified the symbol itself, but it's more or less like an arrow pointing up.
Yeah, that looks like the early NASA symbol.
And the thing is, the landing legs, look at the landing legs. It almost looks like it's man-made, isn't it? according to this artist's impression. And this is what I'm trying to figure out. What did these
Well,
landing legs look like? And apparently look like this.
Did he sign off on it?
Yeah, apparently.
Allegedly.
Well, I say allegedly. Yeah. So if you want to go pause and read that for yourself,
But
guys,
surely he would have been alive by then. And like, I think all the media, I don't know how media worked back then. I know now they have to, if they're using your name and telling your story, they have to keep you in the loop. So
yeah,
he would have had to sign off on that artist impression.
sure. I mean, I can't. This is the other thing that skeptics will say. Is he grifting off it? Why would he put this whole career in jeopardy, saying that he saw the sighting, let alone flipping aliens, when he's a police officer in the 1960s? You don't talk about UFOs. There's still a stigma today, as it was back then. Probably even more back then than it is now. So why would he do this as a grift?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think maybe he might have saw? Because I don't know the rhetoric now of what's going on with these Tic Tacs, but I think Coulthard came out and said they're man-made. Or did somebody else come out and say that they're man-made?
No, Ross Coulthard changes the story every 5 minutes. I think he now is saying that he's a China. I think they're like China. That's what he's saying at the moment. But I can't believe anything he says. He knows nothing about ufology.
Because the impressions do look like something that could be the early stages of the Tic Tac.
Tic Tac, you mean? Yeah. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. My personal opinion, I think the Tic Tac is most likely military. It's where it's it come from. Is it US? Is it from China? Is it from Russia? Is it from
reverse
engineered? Is it from Kazakhstan? Pakistan? Who knows?
Is it? But I'll tell you who doesn't know, and it's the 420 crew.
No, Ross Coulthard don't know.
Big up. What are you on about, man? He's your boy, man. Ross Coulthard knows. He knows a lot, man. He knows that there's an object so big that they had to build a building over it. He knows.
Yeah. But I tell you what the kicker's going to be. I tell you what the kicker's going to be, mate, is in 2026 or 2027, there's supposed to be a big event supposed to happen. Even he said that he's just regurgitating what Chris Bledsoe. I keep scrolling up his name, Chris Bledsoe. Keep on saying 2027 or something. Something big is going to happen. Hidden. Prepare yourself. Buckle up. Buckle up, brother. Stories we've all heard before.
We'll talk about it in 2028.
Yeah, when we can all laugh at it. So here is just one more magazine from March and April of 1995. Yes, the height of ufology back in the day. And this is UFO magazine, a very popular magazine back in. I tell you what, Area 51 was really big back in the 90s. And if you would like to see more books like this, come check out Alien Addict on my show, where I'll bring this up and I can actually see what ufology was back in the specific month, back where it was in like 1995 or 1999 or something like that. So here we have the man himself, Lonnie Zamora.
That's a cool picture, man.
It's pretty cool, man. This is what I like about these magazines. They're pretty awesome. And he obviously say he's perfectly sober. And he was very sober. He was very... this is a very... Right, some of the photographs I'm going to show you here are not on the internet. Yes, brother. Yes, come 420. I'm 420 hard already. You didn't see me do it because I've got to step out when I do that sort of stuff. But yeah, welcome on in, man, and happy 420 to everyone who's 420. And even pour yourself an adult beverage. And my God, this is delicious. This is absolutely amazing. From Italia. Cheers. So some photographs I'm going to show you here. It's actually not on the internet. So here are the indentations from this magazine. And bear in mind, guys, everything in this article here is what I've put in my notes. Okay, but if you want to pause and read it for yourself, you can go ahead and do that. Knock yourself out. but I just don't want to be talking about the same story over and over again. Here are
Just that the landing marks.
These are the landing marks. Yes, here it is. These are not on the internet. So what you are seeing here, because this was a Socorro photo special, and I have scoured the internet to find a decent photograph of the landing marks, and I can't find anything like this. So what you're seeing here today is, here we have hold on, excuse me. So here
Dear
is
God.
so here is one of the landing marks from the craft itself. Let's see what it says here. A rare photographs were taken shortly after Zamora historical encounter. Above left, this one here, a police photograph taken by Sergeant is it Chavez or something like that? Chavez on the morning after the landing. The right above photograph, another FBI picture shown areas affected by the UFO. Blah, 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 blah. So let's have a look. So let's look at the first one.
They actually wrote that.
Yeah, the third bit, yeah.
Right, so you can see the indentation. It's going like to the side.
Yeah, it's something's landed and it's pushed the soil up. Yeah,
but to the side as well. Do you get what I mean? Like it's got a heel impression. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
That's it. The heel.
That's it. Because I thought it was to do with the creature, but no, it's not. It's to do with the landing. Let's look at the other one. So this is the scorched shrubs. Now, I can't find these photographs anywhere, guys. So what you're here seeing is
exclusive.
Is exclusive. Exclusive. See, this is what I mean. You've got to go back into ufology years ago. Stop relying on the internet. Buy books. If you're interested, buy magazines. Have fun with it.
You got to get into ufology before it was even called ufology.
Hidden. There's been 3 people who call me a ufologist. Would you consider me a ufologist?
I don't know, man, because it's a hard one because I don't want to insult you, but I would have to ask like I would ask any other ufologist. Where's your degree? What course did you study?
Here's my degree right here.
I would call you a researcher.
Thank you. I think ufologist sounds really
pompous.
Yeah, nerdy. No, it does, mate. It does.
No, I wouldn't say nerdy. I just find it
Yeah, it's like
I didn't like when I was called it. I didn't like it. That's why I said I'm an entertainer.
He self-smarted himself.
Researcher indeed.
Thank you. Look at this. Hey, John P. Adventures. Nice to see you, brother. Welcome.
Oh, sorry, man. I missed you.
I literally caught the last bit of your live stream.
But do you like to be called that? Do you think?
No, that's fucking gay, man. If someone who says, "Oh, meet my friend, he's a ufologist," I'd be like, "Dude, like that's gay. Like that's faking gay, man. No one's a ufologist. That's just a self-titled someone who has nothing important in their life to do. They have no meaning, no friends, no job because they're bloody UFO mad. No offense. Sexless, can't have sex, can't get a girlfriend.
Don't be like that.
Not pointing fingers.
Many of them have. Nah, man, that's just too.
All right, went a bit overboard with that statement, but you understand what I mean. Mate, when you go to those conferences, trust me, you meet them. It's quite funny. Yeah. Bedroom dweller back from Nick. Yeah. Oh, mate, I tell you what. Anyway, let's go back because I'm on a bitching rant here. So yeah, these are the actual bushes itself, and they have been scorched.
One True Saxon says you're a great researcher, Nick.
Oh, thank you, One True Saxon. That's much appreciated.
And he says I'm jealous of you.
You bet you are, mate. This is it. All research comes from me, and me only. No, honestly, I
know I leave it in your hands because I know you're good.
Oh, thank you, mate. That's much appreciated. I know I do my best. I try not to. I try not to use AI. And you know me, guys, when it comes to. Oh, thank you, Samu. Nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. Backtrack of records of ufology dating back to I can bring up one book here.
anomalous aerospace studies specialist.
A UAP researcher, aerospace anomaly analyst, phenomena investigator, or anomalous aerospace studies scientist, specialist. Oh, for Christ's sake! Oh, mate, that's a bloody spot on word. Do you know what? I'd rather be called that than ufologist.
I would rather say like you change UAP because they're hijacking our word, but I would call UFO researcher. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Dude, have we done an episode on Aztec?
Never
UFO.
No.
I think I might have done it on Alien Addict, but look how the size of this book. This book here costs in America about $300 to $500, and I got it for £80 on eBay because I'm that much of a badass when it comes to buying books. But this is all to do with the Aztec crash. Now, this happened in 1948. The year after Roswell. Quite interesting book. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about ufology, guys. I like to bunch of Saxon. That's nice, man. That's so good of you. But it just goes to but it goes to show, what research I do. I like to go back into books, and I mean, a lot of material today is to do with books. And I have fact checked AI through ChatGPT what the overall story of Zamora case. And I tell you what I've read today. What I presented today in my magazines is pretty much what AI is saying. Exactly the same thing. So, but that is my level of research that I do, guys. So, have we done Aztec, mate? I don't think we did. No. I can't remember. Did we talk about it? I can't really remember. Anyway.
I would have remembered.
I can't really remember. I have no idea. Right, let's continue. Let's just get on with this. So yeah, this one here below. Officer with the imprint as well. Anything else got to show? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just those two. So that's in my magazines so far. So would you like me to bring up another video? Me old cock. Hidden?
I'm trying to. Well, yeah, because is this who we got?
Joe Rogan.
Is that Joe Rogan?
No. Can we show it or not? It's 5 minutes long.
I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, he's funny, isn't it? Joe Rogan's really funny. It's got what's his name? James Fox in it. Me old cock and balls. Hidden me old cock and balls. Do you want to play it or not?
No. I don't want to be stung by Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I know. He's a bit tricky dicky, isn't he? He's a bit of a tricky dicky. Let's have a look. Let's see what else we got. What else we got here?
Sorry, Nick. You know yourself.
Mate, I know. I'll tell you what. Let's bring it up.
And he should give me the blind because I didn't copyright him for showing my video.
Yeah. Policeman Lonnie Zamora 3-minute interview. Let's try that one instead. Stop that. Bring that up. Policeman 3 interview. Okay. Got this up, mate?
Who's this?
This is an old style documentary. Where is it to? So yeah, this is an old style documentary. There's 3 interviews of him, but this is going all the way back into the 60s, I believe. So no, 1964. This is actually on the year. It's only a couple of minutes long.
Oh, is this Eyes on Cinema?
Yeah.
This should be okay then.
This is what I'm used this stuff before, mate, and it should be all right. It's only a couple of minutes long. Let's do it.
Socorro, New Mexico is the kind of small town people are usually traveling through on their way to someplace else. Visitors rarely slow
Hold on a
down
minute.
long enough.
No, do this one instead.
What if you could get rid of long tent setup?
Go away.
Setting up tents should be instant.
It happened in Socorro, New Mexico, here just outside of this quiet desert town. A state highway patrol officer, Lonnie Zamora, was on duty, as he had been for the past several years. A black Chevrolet was observed, speeding by the courthouse. Zamora put his highway patrol car into pursuit. Lonnie chased the car north on US 85. As he passed this hilly area, Zamora heard a roar and something caught his attention. 10 or 15 seconds passed. He falls into the sheriff's office.
The time was about 5:45, I recall. He said, Socorro to 1044, an accident. Then he said, I'll be 10-6 out of the car, which meant that was going to be investigating a possible accident.
And I went up this road about a half a mile, and then I stopped my car and got out and looked out, and I could see a white looking object in the distance. I thought it was an overturned car at first, but I got into my patrol car and went up closer to it. And when I started to get out of the car, I heard a big roar. As I got to it, I could see
Is that Zamora?
Looked like a couple of
that's him.
coveralls
That's him.
hanging from a clothesline. I couldn't see what it was, but it looked like a couple of coveralls.
Zamora called in. He sounded very excited. He said he watched an object lift up slowly and disappeared into the sky very fast. I went down to where the object had been, and I noticed the brush was burning in several places. The object had left 4 perpendicular impressions on the ground. I noticed several bushes were smoldering, but they felt cold to the touch. I noticed what appeared to be a couple of oval footprints on the ground. I knew Lonnie had seen something. The proof was right there.
The incident was very interesting, to say the least. It seems to differ from practically all the earlier cases we investigated from one standpoint.
That is J. Allen Hynek himself.
The vehicle had left pod marks. There was an insignia observed by Lonnie Zamora on the side of the craft. The insignia was unidentifiable, not American nor Russian. And last of all, the observation of these 2 people in some sort of suit.
We went over the case completely. We had soil samples tested at the Air Materials Laboratory. The burnt bushes were analyzed for propellant residue. We measured the distances between the pod marks. My first reaction was that it was a lunar test module from NASA or the Air Force. That seems to be the only logical explanation. This was probably the best documented case in the Air Force files, and I checked it out everywhere, all the way up to the top, even to the White House command post. And
Yes, John, mate, I did see Paul Heinrich's son interview on the podcast that he did, mate. It's a good one.
nothing.
According to the official status of the sighting of Lonnie Zamora,
Okay, here's one imprint right here.
case carried as unidentified, pending additional data.
Hey, jamming music, man.
This is
That's
Walter
man.
Strode, your roving reporter at KSRC Radio.
So, yeah, there we go. Do you want to go back to the one in 1996? Or go to this interview here, which is quite a few minutes long, from 1964?
Well, that will give you time to have a joint in it.
Oh, man, I fought 20 too hard, man. I've got, like, yeah, the stuff I'm getting is just like, whoa, it's so strong. I got to pace myself, man. Like Rudy was saying, me old cock and balls. I tell you what, let's go back to the 90s. I like the 90s. There we go.
Socorro, New Mexico is the kind of small town people are usually traveling through on their way to someplace else. Visitors rarely slow down long enough to learn that this place has a mysterious past. and that one retired Socorro police officer is still haunted by the unearthly encounter that took place here 32 years ago.
So this is 32 years ahead. Let's see what Zamora is saying now.
Yeah, I guess you.
See what I mean? Just sort of catch up. One True Saxon, if you invite me around your house, you do realize I will raid your fridge. Any food you're going to have and smoke, I will raid. Anything that has cereal, anything sweet is gone, mate. So you got to prepare me beforehand. I'm not going to bring some snacks over because as I 420, my munchies are horrendous. And I mean horrendously bad.
Lonnie Zamora remembers April 24th, 1964. He was a rookie on the force, returning to the station after an uneventful day. Then, a speeding vehicle passed Zamora's patrol car, and he set off in pursuit.
When we got to this hill, I saw a lot of dust, and I let the speeder go, and I turned to investigate. I could see a white object sitting between those two bushes over there, and I had to come real slow because this was a messed up road, had big rocks on it and everything. I thought it was the kids from the high school. They were
Cornflakes will do, mate. No, I appreciate that.
racing up here, and maybe one of the teenagers had turned over.
When the speeding object came to a stop, Zamora claims that he saw two figures in white coveralls emerge from a strange white UFO. He moved in slowly.
I came up here on this road till I could find a flat spot where I could park my car. I got out the car and glanced down to the arroyo there, and I saw this white-looking object. It was sort of a big egg shape, bigger than a car. Those are the exact bushes that were there, and the craft was sitting right in between them two.
Hey, nice to see you, Green Tea. Welcome on in.
Did he say it was an egg shape?
He said it's an egg shape, but that artist's impression there was like, hold on, let me go back.
A flat spot where I could park my car. I got out the car and glanced down to the arroyo there, and I saw this white-looking object.
Okay, I thought it was the opposite way around. Because that is how you have, what is it called? Eggs and soldiers, isn't it? When you crack the top and you put your bread in the top. And now I'm hungry. God damn it. But yeah, it doesn't really make sense, doesn't it?
You know what that looks like?
What's that?
A rocket balloon filled with...
Mate, I can see the string underneath it.
Tell you, man. We nailed it. We nailed it, man. We solved this mystery.
It's not a rocket balloon.
It's a rocket balloon.
Oh, mate, I don't know what to say about that. I'm embarrassed.
It was sort of a big egg shape, bigger than a car. Those are the exact bushes that were there, and the craft was sitting right in between them two. So I started down to see what it was, and then I heard this big boom in the bottom.
Big boom.
Fire came off the bottom, so I started running behind my police car to take cover. I could feel the heat off that because it was windy like now. And then it gradually pulled up about 20, 30 feet and stayed there for a while and then just took off.
His radio
There we go. I'll continue.
was dead. Zamora could only watch in awe as the object disappeared over the horizon. As soon as it was gone, the police radio crackled to life, and Zamora called for backup. A New Mexico State Police unit quickly arrived.
We came down here, and we saw this big rock right down here. It was still on fire. And then we saw the imprints of the legs of the craft, and then there was four of them. And we saw this footprints are on here.
Have I missed it? Because I haven't heard him mention these figures that he saw.
Yeah, the two figures. Yeah, the ones in overalls. I did mention it. Hey, how's it going now, Bump? Nice to see you, mate. Welcome on in. Is that what you're talking about, mate? The two figures you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did mention it. Yeah, he said.
No. When?
This is when he got out the car. So when he saw the objects land, obviously had the four landing legs. He saw two figures that looked like they were in overalls.
Yeah.
He glanced, and then these two figures spotted Lonnie and went straight into the craft again, and that's where he heard a roar, and then the flash came underneath the bottom of the craft, and that's when it lifted off.
Did he describe these two figures other than like height or?
They look like bigger than a child. I should have mentioned that in my presentation. They're bigger than a child, but they're wearing like overalls. According to him, it looked like
bigger than a child. So what does he mean? Like a teenager?
Pretty much, yeah. I would say what,
like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, 4 foot going 5 foot, something like that. I can imagine from his equation, from his distance. Again, you could say this was most likely a test craft, and they had to use overalls or some sort of spacesuit. It's kind of hard to tell. This is 1964.
No,
this was before. This was before, you know, the moon landings in 1969. You know, so you don't know what this police officer is seeing. You know, he saw something. There's one thing for sure. He definitely saw something.
And and there is a witness. There is the holiday makers.
Yes, the holiday maker. He had the sheriff as well coming onto the scene, seeing the bushes smoldering.
Yeah, but what I mean by the holiday makers are more credible.
Sure.
A better, not more credible, a better witness, because they actually saw the craft heading in his direction.
Mm-hmm. And Lonnie Zamora's case is more or less backed that up, really, for what they were seeing. So you do have a time correlation between this. This is what makes it more interesting, this case. It does have a story. It does have... hey, Steve in England. Nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. It does have some... The information that I've been looking into, it does have some correlations to the timeline. And even that reporting the day after Zamora's cases, that's when those two tourists came forward. It was literally the day after, and I don't think they were aware at the time of what they saw.
Yeah.
But this is 1964, mate. God knows what technology they're working with. I mean, in one estimation, looking through ufology, especially back in like 50s and 60s, you see a lot of, I would say, brim of the hat flying saucers, the typical, you know, George Adamski flying saucers. And then suddenly that went completely finished in late 70s, 80s, I would say. Actually, probably say in the 70s. I've got a book here I can show you. So my personal opinion, I think a lot, maybe some, not everything, of what people were seeing back in the 80s, 50s and 60s, were most likely probably experimental craft. Now, there's one case I like to look into. Now, remember the insignia on the craft itself? Well, this case here is from Spain. Now, whether or not... Sorry, hold on. Yeah, this was taken on the 1st of June, 1967. This was taken in Spain. And look, you could say this is a... put me on full screen. You could say this is fake. But I'm going to show you what this guy allegedly photographed. You got to find the button. Here we go. Look at the flying here.
Yeah,
all right.
Look at the insignia.
Look at the insignia. So it depends on if you think this is real or not. There is,
but there's basically a whole cult around that.
Yeah, I've got more photographs on it.
Well, that insignia plays in today. You know that, Nick?
No. So that's the flying saucer itself. It looks like two party, you know, the little plastic party plates you get.
You mean a rocket balloon?
I swear to God, if you say that one more time, I'm going to come over and slap you. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Moody says fake and go. No.
He also said rocket balloon.
I do. But you understand, like, the flying saucers, like.
Sorry.
You understand, like, the flying saucers back then. Don't put me on full screen; it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I'm chilled out, man. I'm relaxed.
Hold on. I tell you what.
No, but you see that you see
that. That's real, mate. That is real as you're going to get. That's your disclosure right there. Joking, but no, fantastic book. But honestly, when you look at it, the old style cases, you will find those typical flying saucers don't exist anymore. So maybe what Lonnie was seeing was an experimental craft.
I just like to say, you know, that sighting that flying saucer that you used with that symbol. Yeah,
I'll Google it. I'm going to Google it. Hold on.
There's a whole cult on that.
Explain.
Is it a Spanish thing?
It is Spanish. I'm going to Google it right now.
I forgot the name of it, man.
It's called San Jose de UFO. Hold on, I should be able to get this. Got it here. Okay, I got it here. Hold on, 2 seconds hidden.
Should I be bold as you probably typing the word cult off?
No, I'm just trying to find a site, and I'm going to burp again.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
You saved the space station.
That's fine. Translate.
Did you see that one? Did you guys, while you're doing what you're doing, did you guys see that one with the Chinese space station?
No, I haven't, mate. I haven't.
When they were taking pictures of them and they had a glass of water, but the water was in the glass.
No, I haven't. That's new to me, mate. That's new to me. Right, let's bring up this. This is the sighting we're talking about.
It's not there to bring up. You
It's
made me move. That's it. UMMO.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the cult. That's the cult, man.
Right. Okay. So this is a Spanish website that I've translated. So everything when I clicked on it was all in Spanish.
See what I told you? It's Spanish.
So it says called UMO, the greatest Catabrina UFO story ever told. Oh, it's a movie star plus premiere. Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a little look at this and what it says here. So Spain has always been a very hot territory for ufological matters. Since the first UFO case documented in Spanish press, the sighting of glowing and smoking flying jars in the skies of Campo de Calapita, sounds like a bloody sexual transmitted disease, in March. La Matra in March 1826 have been
flying jars.
Flying jars, I never heard that one before. Have been thousands of incidences of strange objects presumed creatures from another world. Another, however, a comparable to the
formidable.
Yeah, I just call it UMO case of you. Do you know what? I'm not going to read anymore on 420 too hard. You know I can't read when I'm 420.
Then there is a proper cult behind this, man.
Let me get to the cult.
Is
that mentioned in there?
I doubt it.
Oh, I thought it said 420 then.
Yeah, nearly.
Where's this cult? Okay, I tell you what is it called again? UMO.
Yeah. The cult of UMO.
Let's just Google this.
Maybe it's me being too harsh on these guys.
No, that's fine, mate. I went.
It was one of the first ones I stumbled on, and I was like, "Oh my god! I wish I wasn't there." It's a cult, isn't it? Is it a cult, John? Do you know about this? And if you do you agree?
Hold on a minute. I might have a video for you, mate. If it'll eventually load. Yeah, UMO.
It's the symbol. That's what they're on about. That's what Uno is. It's that symbol.
Right. I'll tell you what, let's bring up that one now.
Maybe I'm being a bit harsh and calling them chaps a cult, but in my opinion, I'm sorry.
I found one YouTube video, but it's all in Spanish, mate. Yeah,
What's the real? That's what I mean. No, thank you. That's exactly what I mean. It was a real case, but now it's a cult. It's weird.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
But always keep that symbol in mind, because now that I've said that, you'll probably see it now. Because I see that symbol everywhere, and when I say that, it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Mate, all I'm seeing is... Oh, I'll tell you what, I found a video that's actually in English. Hold on, let me just go through it.
Oh, indeed. John, me and you's on the same page on this, man. So I agree. And I tend to veer away. But that one, some of them are not in your face, but that Uma's proper in your face. I'm not saying, man, I'm not saying the sighting didn't happen, but they've done this thing all around the sighting and that symbol.
Yeah. That's interesting, mate. Look, bring this video up. So obviously we'll come out to Zamora at the end as an overall conclusion, but this is quite interesting. So I think this guy brings it up. Now, in reference to the Umo case, everything's in Spanish, guys. I've just had a look. Everything's in Spanish. Just the only one that's in English. Let's have a look.
To try to bring out a little bit more of the symbol. So if this helps you to confirm that indeed this symbol is on this UFO.
With happy birthday written on it, mate.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Watch this.
Made these really knows what they're doing.
It's like a dildo, mate.
This UFO picture is of the 1967 landing, and there are several different photographs from that landing event. I don't know how to prove that these photographs are real, but the debunks of these photographs are pretty bad. For example, the very scratched up negative for one of these photos, it is said that this is a monofilament line that holds up the fake model UFO.
Oh, hidden. You're a photo expert. What do you reckon?
There's a lot of scratches going on.
There's a lot of scratches.
So I'm not the expert, but there's a lot
and
of scratches
supposedly
going on.
This is the monofilament line on the photograph. And then these two photos would be an example of someone holding up like a fishing pole with the monofilament line attached to this pie plate type of UFO model. These photos have been analyzed by several different sources over.
Mate, I haven't seen these ones before.
See, that last one was, I can't even be bothered to get it straight. Let's turn it on its side.
Analyzed by.
They're gonna buy those two. They'll buy this one.
Several different sources over many years. These positive image films and the negatives have not been hidden away from research.
Yeah, this is it. What Sumo's saying. It's these are actual original negatives, which is still quite compelling.
Researchers. And here's another view of the pictures that were taken on the 1967 photo shoot. And here's a non-scratched up version of a negative, and I don't see any indication of a monofilament line. This is probably the most popular picture that you will see of that 1967 photo shoot.
You can see the reflection of the sun right there. See my cursor. Can you see that? Oh, I love stuff like this. I love it.
And then this is cleaned up using some new technology of
I say it looks quite clear for a photo taken in 1964.
AI.
With AI, okay, fair enough.
So if we take the creativity of the pie plate model, monofilament line, and fishing pole, then we can contrast that with the description of the UMO spaceships. They basically wrote a book that detailed all aspects of their spaceships. We have the internal cabin, the external parts of the spaceship, and a very detailed description of the micro machines in the skin of the UFO.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
Because the great Umo told them.
I think Umo was pretty much 420, mate.
It's full of sensors that will repair themselves and
nice
infrastructure to self-heal the skin of the UFO. It seems like a bit of an overkill to do all of these detailed drawings and all of this documentation just to supplement a set of pictures of pie plates. The last UMO landing that we're going to talk about was in 1989, and it was in Voronezh, Russia. The UFO landed inside this park in the middle of the city.
Oh, do you know what, Hidden? I've heard about this case.
No, I haven't.
All right, we'll play. We've got a couple more minutes left.
And the story is quite fantastic. The Roswell newspaper ran the full article here that you can pause and read.
Cards.
There were multiple witnesses to this landing, and several of the kids that were in the park at the time drew pictures of what they saw.
Wow, and they drew that symbol as well.
Marks left behind by the landing gear of the UFO.
Say again, mate.
These Russian kids drew the same symbol.
Yeah. Same thing is weird, isn't it?
Oh. And there were many scientific researchers that were able to study the landing site. So here's the crazy part. 9-foot tall, three-eyed aliens got out of the UFO and walked around the park. They also brought a walking robot that
mate, that's a flipping fax machine with flipping legs and arms, mate.
Had no head. There were multiple kids that drew these kind of pictures.
Yeah, look at that. It's the same symbol. What the hell is that? Smiley face on the end of it.
And there were adult witnesses. So what in the heck was this all about? I mean, what is the point of UMO to roll into this park?
Mate, I want to do this for next episode. Do you want to do this for next episode? The UMO cult spaceship incident. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? You high enough to say yeah? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, I'm just going to appeal to John now.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I know, I believe, if I'm correct, I believe John is look, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be truthful about this.
Yes.
I'm going to give my truth, because I really believe they're a cult, man. I've seen them involved, but I never heard of this case. But this is probably where they got the clout. You get what I mean?
No. What do you mean by that?
The cult of UMO, obviously, you know, another sighting, separate witnesses in a different country drawing the same symbol of these beings. Even got their, I don't know which I'm looking at. Probably the first ones before. Sorry, the first ones before the set of pictures that we just saw that the kids drew. I'm sure they drew the symbol on their belts.
Yeah. I think they think the symbol is pretty much the same, isn't it? On all accounts, really. Let's just finish the video and we do an overall roundup on this one. It's interesting, isn't it?
With their fancy robots and tasers, it makes no sense. So, from an UMO perspective, they were sort of on a rescue mission.
See, they got
Two
the
of their
symbol
team
there.
members were stopped by a routine check by the local police, and they had to escape. So, what you have here is a tall person
hey,
that
John.
is dressed
Hey,
in
mate.
one of their protective spacesuits. This robot is a mobile trash incinerator. Now, most likely, the two members that were getting picked up had to discard their civilian clothes and get suited.
Had to put it in this washing machine here that has obviously arms and legs. Mate, a washing machine with arms and legs. They could pick my washing up. Oh, mate, this is what they barely saw. It's like an air conditioner. I mean, but what the hell?
They said it did
to
something
be taken away. So the 9-foot, 3-eyed alien and the headless walking robot just added to the unbelievability of this entire incident.
It's a paper shredder.
There were no pictures of that specific incident, but a little later on, I think in November, someone did capture this picture in Voronezh. Now, I have no idea if this is an actual UMO spherical craft or not, but the pictures have been analyzed. It is an interesting addition to the story, at least. And it's very interesting to know that the people of UMO are 94% similar to us. When most people think of aliens from another planet, they usually think about a gray alien like Skinny Bob here without his sunglasses on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
These are the only pictures that I know of that give us an idea of what the people of UMO look like. But now you know where you can go get more information about these particular visitors that are here trying to help us.
Oh, give me a
This
break.
is just a basic introduction to a very big story. Thanks for watching.
The cult of UMO. Welcome to it.
So what do you reckon, mate? Fake or gay? Do you want to do an episode on that? It's up to you.
No, because the only way you can do the episode is look into the cult of UMO. That's the only way. You have to know that. And I'm if you want to do it, I'm representing it, taking a look at the cult of UMO.
Okay. Do you think, from what we've just observed from the UNO cult, or let's say the UFO sighting itself?
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually, obviously it's happened in the 1960s, wasn't it, when the sighting actually happened? Would you say that the story has lingered? Because remember, it's in this book here from 1980 something. Well, people knew about this back in the 60s, and this book came out like 1986 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. You know when I yes way,
dude,
you found
he signed it.
Who
No
did?
way. The author. Rendell C. Stevens. That's got to be. That's a signed copy. That's his signature there. I didn't realize that. I've got a signed copy by the author of this book. But yeah, the point I think. But look, the point I'm trying to make. Look, they heard these stories before. They've seen the photographs. Maybe the kids took the story and then ran with it, and eventually, I've got to see if there's a real autograph. It's got to be. Rendell C. Stevens. Yeah, looks like it. So I got really excited then. But there's one aspect with ufology. They take old cases and they just expand onto it. That is a typical example where German flying saucers is at the moment. Is people was taking the stories from back in the 90s, and because of the internet and where ufology is, they just added bits and pieces to the mythos, and now it's just a cult. Do you understand what I mean, mate, by that?
Maybe. I mean, you know what? I think we should do the show on that. On the UMO.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that, mate.
Because
I don't mind doing that.
I get what you're saying, and now I'm interested more because I just see. I dismissed it because I went in there and what I saw was like that kind of stuff towards the end, like when you're like,
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
But I didn't know about the Russian sighting, and they're drawing the same symbols.
It is his signature. Holy shit! Sorry, that's his signature. I've just googled Rendell Stevens' signature because he's written a lot on books. Do you know how much money this costs to have the author's signature in it? Unbelievable! I didn't realize. I've had this book for. I've had this book for like, a number of years, and I just realized that he's flipping signed it. Sweet. Made my day, that did. Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry.
Look after it, man. Put it in a
Yeah.
bag.
I will. I'll keep that safe. I can't believe that. Yeah, it's a bit like the Gulfbury sighting. I think we did the Gulfbury sighting, didn't we? Remember that? And
is that the one where somebody said it was glass kind of thing?
No, it was the UFO in the road and everything. It was
the
Polaroid pictures, basically. I got the original book and both of the authors signed it. So oh man, I can't believe that. I just literally just clocked it. I was looking for the date and I literally just clocked the authenticity. And I did Google it and there's been loads of photographs of his signature and his same. So yay, away from me. Yeah. Okay. Well, have I got anything else to bring up? Because the thing is, what Rotary put now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got it here. Hold on, where is it to? There we go. Let's bring it up. Hold on, mate. Where is it to? Facebook, where are you to? There we go. Boof.
Now, what was the story?
So this is Eric Heckler, a whistleblower on what's really going on in Antarctica. Oh, right. Rotary, I think this is
fake.
Well, not necessarily. I think this is to do with the earthquake machine. Rotary knows that from Cambion. Oh yeah, Rendell Stevens was a convicted nonce. He put himself as a victim, and the thing is with his stories and his claims, he attached himself to the Billy Meyer case back in the day. And my feelings about Billy Meyer itself and the whole case surrounding that. But nevertheless, his books are extremely expensive and is worth holding on to if you're into ufology. Oh, is he? No way.
I'm not getting involved in this, man.
Mate, I didn't notice that. It's like flipping having Rolf Harris or Jimmy Savile's flipping autograph in a book. I'm going to Google this. Let's have a look.
So while you Googling, I'm going to ask you guys, have you guys caught the new Dexter yet?
Do you know what? My missus says you've got to check out the new Dexter. You've got to check out the new Dexter.
Have you watched the others?
Yes, I've watched the New Blood one, which I found pretty good, when he was Dexter as a young teenager.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I like that one. I watched the new Dexter that came out when he had his son, which was a bit 50-50, but this is after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
The new season. Yeah. I tell you what, One True Saxon, where can I find that information on Rendell? I don't know what to put in Google. I don't want to say the word, but
Ask Jeeves.
Ask ChatGPT. Yeah. But no, honestly, these people are very, dodgy in certain areas. Do you know what I mean, mate? Do you know what I mean?
I know somebody wrote it's how it is, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I got the thing here. Bring it up, man. Bring it up.
I was rolling, man. I was rolling.
Rolling. Right. Eric Heckler. Sorry, Hecker. Sorry, not Heckler. Dumbass.
Oh, so this is 2023.
2023.
Well, no, that's the name of the thing.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay, let's go back.
Press. I'm very happy that you're giving me this attention and this information attention because it needs to get out to the world. I will start, since we have to be brief. I have already given all pertinent information and documentation to the Senate Intelligence Committee and Arrow.
Arrow are absolute donkey ass. Once you're Saxon, yeah, don't worry, mate. It's all it's all good, mate. You don't have to apologize. It's all good. You know, it's part of ufology and part of people. You don't know how people are. You know, people thought that Rolf Harris was a good guy. You know,
people thought Jimmy Savile was.
Exactly, mate. This is it. So,
and it's funny because the Americans, they laughed at us because they looked at him and they said, and you know what? I agree. Looking at him now, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Even
but then it was quite normal, wasn't it? But then, but I always say, but you know, you guys had Bill Murray. Bill Cosby, sorry, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, yeah.
Sorry, Bill Murray.
Sophia says, personally, I don't trust that Eric. Oh, fair enough. Well, let's just.
I don't know who he is. And I don't know what spiel he's going to be pushing. Who is he from? Is he from? Who brought him out? Because all of these guys, all these whistleblowers have handlers. Have you noticed that, Nick?
Yeah, they always got someone to speak for, or someone that they're behind the scenes telling them what to say.
Someone brings them out. Have you noticed that?
What do you mean? Someone else brings them out?
Like David Gross never came out on his own. He came out. You know, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, David Gross came out with what's his name, Christopher Mellon and all that. You know. Intelligence agency, so I understand. But let's just listen to what he has to say. I think it's something to do with the earthquake machine.
They informed me that all of my information will be recorded for public record and shared with Congress. It is that important.
Oh, sorry.
In 2000.
So I'm just going to pause it. Yes, Sophia says he came out on its own. I do believe this is Disclosure Project 2.0.
Okay.
All right.
I'll put some up. Sorry.
That's cool.
2010, I was selected to go down to the South Pole Station in Antarctica for an entire year by Raytheon Polar Services as an employee of a third-party contractor for the National Science Foundation. I functioned in a dual-role capacity as a tradesman and a firefighter. My responsibilities required me to be more informed than most of my crew and offered me complete access to the facilities. What I learned from this unique experience needs to be shared with the entire world. The technology at the South Pole Station certainly can do what it is presented as its primary purposes, and unfortunately, much more. The Ice Cube neutrino detector is presented as a passive listening device for the purposes of the science as presented. But I'm going to skip right through the chase, folks. I have provided documentation that proves that the 5,160, what they call DOMs, that are embedded in the ice can actually transmit at 2,047 volts each. That gives us a long list of things to consider. It is effectively a multifaceted directed energy weapons platform that I will list rapidly a few things that it can do. Vehicle detection. We're learning that these off-world craft, on-world craft, ours or other nations are also emitting neutrinos. So this makes the South Pole Station effectively an air traffic control station for this new level of equipment that nobody's discussing. In addition to the ability to detect neutrinos and the exotic vehicles, I have provided documentation that shows that this is also a system for faster than light communications. In the past, Gary McKinnon has hacked NASA, found the off-world fleet, the list of captains, and it's apparent that if we have faster than light vehicles moving throughout the system, we're going to need faster than light communications. This is that facility. Unfortunately, I have other bad news.
Go on then.
The season that I was there, 2010 to 2011, we converted from construction to operations and maintenance in both the elevated station and the detector array.
They've changed
Unfortunately,
everything.
when they first fired it up,
You say
that was when we
fired
had
up?
the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand.
It sounded
first
like
fired
that.
it up, Ray. Unfortunately, when they first fired it up,
It says farted, didn't it?
first fired it up, that was when we had the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand. There was 2 incidental shots before they were able to target it correctly. This is an earthquake generating device as well. This is the weapons of war that we have to deal with now and what Raytheon's hiding. There's an ELF system at the South Pole Station that when I arrived, I was told it was off, dismantled, and completely defunct. In my work, I will rapidly just tell you, I had to figure out the circuitry for certain other repairs.
I was Canadian.
And I found that
Okay.
this system is in fact completely energized, up and running, and being utilized with the other systems for nefarious purposes as well. The Atmospheric Research Observatory is in what we call the clean air sector. I witnessed myself a very powerful green laser shooting out of the top of this facility into the cosmos. This, I believe, is a secondary form of long-range communications and or a defense system. I am not saying that we need to be scared of anything that's out there, but please understand the military-industrial complex is happy to invest all of your money in alleviating their fears.
Sure.
A question of power comes into play for all of these facilities that are present. I assure you, I knew what was going on. I knew the load demands of the facility, and all of these new items exceed the demand for the systems that I was presented. I am doing due diligence and research. I believe there is either a secondary power supply there that is either nuclear, that was there prior to the start of the Antarctic Treaty, which prohibits such things, and or that there is some sort of exotic power supply system there that just is not in the verbiage of the treaty, so it negates the responsibility to the parties involved.
You see Mrs. making a cup of tea? You've gone quiet.
I think that pretty much covers it for time. If anybody wants to find out more, I have a website where all this information is at. For brevity, I'll wrap it up, but you can go to deciphering.tv. I've documented all of this stuff, and information is available.
And there's Stephen Greer giving him a Masonic handshake.
So that's his handler.
That's his handler. Yeah.
No, were they at some conference?
Yes, this was Disclosure Project. Oh, 2 sugars, please, love. Yeah, there were.
So it was Stephen Greer, because that was his project, wasn't it?
Yeah, Disclosure Project 2.0, which was a couple of years ago, I think. Yeah.
This is what I mean by handlers. There he is.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? You know, it's a bit like. Could you remember Carol Rosin, The Last Card?
No.
You don't know The Last Card? Oh my god, I got to bring up The Last Card. But to be honest with you, Eric Hecker, what do you reckon, dude? What I mean, do you reckon he's faking gay?
You know, one of the things that I know that they do with these lasers, when he said shooting up the lasers for possible communications and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, they do that to do measurements, whatever measurements they are. I know they do this with the volcanoes. They fire a laser beam to see how far the smoke's going and shit like that.
Right. Okay.
Kind of, you know, like how we have you know, like if you're into construction or DIY, you have a laser tape measure.
Okay.
Think of it that way.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
So it wouldn't surprise me that they would shoot a laser into the sky. So maybe he's onto something, but maybe he's kind of reading too much into it, or maybe he's following a script. Just maybe.
He's got to sell it, isn't he? He's got to sell it.
There's rather you know what I mean? I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
Should we bring up Carol Rosin? Because Carol Rosin, I can't believe you don't know her, dude.
I don't follow these people, mate.
Mate, she said, "Shit, this is gonna blow your mind." Okay, this is gonna blow everyone's mind, right? Okay, bring it up, brother. So this is the first disclosure project going back in 2001. This is where Stephen Greer was more or less trustworthy, and I mean that in quotation marks back then. So yeah, Sophia thinks Sophia thinks that Eric Hecker is a liar. So, thing is, it's hard to trust these people these days, isn't it? I wouldn't really call him a whistleblower because he hasn't produced any evidence. But anyway, let's listen to what Carol Rosin has to say. Listen. This is 2 months before the planes hit the buildings on 9/11. I just said it.
Good morning. My name is Carol Rosin. In 1974, after being a 6th grade school teacher, I was introduced to the late Dr. Wernher von Braun in the U.S., the father of rocketry. In my first meeting with him, during that first 3.5 hours, he said to me, "Carol, you will stop the weaponization of space." And I said, teachers don't stop until June. He said, "No, you have to understand, this is February. And we have to prevent the weaponization of space because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies," he said, "against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system, the first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that point. Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids." And then he would repeat to me over and over, "And the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat." Well, at the time, I kind of laughed when he said asteroids, and when he said extraterrestrials, I knew I wasn't going to deal with that subject. And now we hear on the news just today, this week, that they've slid in another enemy. Only this time we're going to protect our satellites. In other words, we have to have some reason to spend these trillions, to waste these dollars on a space-based weapon system, and they're all lies. This is a system.
What do you reckon about that, Hidden? Before you say anything, let's
what has she said? What has she said?
Oh, you're so high at the moment. Obviously,
no, I'm not high.
Terrestrial threat. Build a space-based weapon system.
Okay, let's just think about the timeline here. Listen, let's go back and listen.
The first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time.
Okay, so the Russians. Who was worrying about the Russians? It was around about 80s, like the Cold War and stuff like that, wasn't it? Right.
Well, not really the 80s, man.
Well, 70s.
More like the 70s.
Yeah, it's more like a build-up. Okay, so let's think about the timeline here. Okay, so we've got the 70s.
Well, we had.
Then there would be terrorists.
Hey,
we had Gorbachev and Reagan. They did that thing. What was it called? Glasnost or whatever it was called, where they just stopped all their nuclear shit. So they said.
Yeah. So let me just go back again because I think she mentioned something that's quite important.
This is February, and we have to prevent the weaponization of space because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies, he said, against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system, the first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time.
So you would have think at that time, right? Okay, Reagan was talking about Star Wars weapon systems, whether or not actually went ahead with it. This was all about space-based weapon systems. Okay, so you are looking about the 80s here. Okay, so let's just go.
And the thing is, right? It was there before. It was there before Reagan, but they did have it because Bush even put it back on.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, so you got that in mind. Okay, now listen to this.
Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be
Okay, so terrorists. When was that? That was, the planes that hit the thingy-majiggy.
third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern.
You could say that's, I don't know, you could say that, well, any sort of country at the moment, isn't it? When you look at it, nations of concerns. Now, listen to this.
Then there would be asteroids.
Okay, then there'll be asteroids. Have we gone from an asteroid threat yet? There's one building up, isn't there?
Yeah, there is sort of.
Okay.
But
Right.
they're spinning it as a UFO.
Right. Listen to this.
And then he would repeat to me over and over. And the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.
The last card hidden will be the extraterrestrial threat. So in my estimation, if you kind of look through ufology at the moment, the players at B, they are pushing a threat narrative. And I think, look, this just going off a whim here, what Carol is actually saying is that there is some sort of timeline. And I think she's got it pretty much nearly bang on, really, when you look at it. I think in later years to come, I think it's like 2030 something, there's supposed to be an asteroid.
That's the new one.
Is that the new one that's coming forward? Okay, so this one's supposed to come in 2030 something. And then the last card will be the extraterrestrial threat, which I think will be the ultimate threat. Which we could look. We can talk about flipping Project Bluebeam, until we're playing deaf in the ears, but it not necessarily mean that's going to happen. But it is the last card, according to Carol Rosin. I'm surprised you never even heard of this clip before, mate. Like Moody says, is a very classic clip in ufology.
I'm not in ufology. I'm an entertainer, my friend.
Yeah, but the thing is, ufology is entertainment, mate, and we're entertainers. I'm a researcher. Ho 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 ho. Posh twat. No, but honestly, it's all entertainment. It's an industry. It's a business, brother. I think they.
When was this done, though? When? What was the year she said this?
This was 2 months before 9/11, May of 9/11.
So it's pretty. Either she's looking at. I think she's being intuitive. That's what I think, because the one thing that I can always say, growing up in those eras, everything she mentioned, that was going down. Anyways, we had rogue nations. I mean, Cuba was a rogue nation, still is, in their opinion.
Russia as well, still is.
Well, but yeah. So, but the one thing is, there was never an alien threat narrative, only on the silver screen.
Good point back then, but when you look at the powers that, say powers that be in ufology, the people that are really running the show, they are pushing a threat narrative. But the thing is hidden. But hold on, they say, oh, we don't know what these aircraft are. It's like, obviously, anything that can be identified in airspace is a threat. But that's been going on for the past 80 years. Like, it's nothing new.
There's two things on that, though. First of all, the threat, to see how bad the potential is. Drones got through the Air Force Base.
True.
That's
obviously military.
And they're clearly drones. They're clearly drones. I don't know what tech they are, but they operate like drones that you would see everyday people. I don't know what you would call the layman. I guess the layman. Layman drones, because I did post the footage on X, and I did post thanks to Black Vault.
Good point. I mean, we've got two good points here. I mean, Rotary says is a script and theatre. Now, if you apply that to the drone situation, that happened just coincidence around about where the election was happening and the inauguration, and then suddenly, boom, nothing came from that.
But the realistic thing is that they flow over this. Was it Andrews Air Force Base?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Andrews. Yeah. No, hold on. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. But again, we're speculating on where these drones come from.
But
no, it's.
But the second thing I wanted to say was the alien threat narrative. They tried to play it out before, didn't they? Wasn't Elizondo playing that out? I can remember maybe a year or two back. Did he not say that these things are a threat?
Yes, he did. Came forward. Yeah, this is why I rolled my eyes, because anything that comes out of this guy's mouth should be taken with a very pinch of salt. I won't trust him as far as I can throw him. To be honest with you, I do not trust him at all with any information. But
that's what I'm trying to say. It's the narrative is so. Maybe this lady now who said with this is the last card they're going to play. Maybe we're witnessing the last card. If this narrative, because yes, there is a comet. There it is, 3I Atlas. I've been seeing that pop up because I have been at work. The sad thing is some of the pictures that they're putting out ain't actually a picture of the comet itself, which is
right. Okay.
Which is true. I'm not for Lou, nor am I against Lou. These people are not on my radar, but because I do what I do, I see snippets of what is being said, what these characters are saying. Sometimes it sticks in, sometimes it don't. Normally when they say something preposterous, it sticks in because I think, when's your book coming out?
Part of it is in the industry, isn't it? Yeah, I would agree with you, Rotary. Moody on that one. Yeah, 3 strikes, you're out on that one. Everyone is agreeing this guy is absolutely full of BS. I mean, how can anyone? I mean, we did a video when he brought out the circular field photo, and it was like you remember that one? It was taken from an aircraft.
Did we show it? Did we do it?
Yeah, we showed it. Yeah, we showed him when he actually showed the photograph in the conference, and then he got caught out quite quickly, and then we played the day after the explanation of why and it was just like you can clearly see he's lying. He's trying to make it. I mean, fuck. I'm sorry for swearing.
I'm not saying I'm not going to say he's lying. That's a stretch because we don't know. But what we do know is the excuse that he gave, you wouldn't accept. I don't accept his excuse. Because how can you go in? Because it wasn't his excuse. The picture was handed to him as he walked in and said, "Hey, that's a UFO sighting."
Yeah. And he showed it on a whim.
A man of that stature should not be doing stuff like that.
Exactly. You know, if he wants to make the conversation go in the right direction, what he's doing isn't. It's pushing the conversation in a different direction, which means, here's the truth, but actually, you're doing that. You need to look in this direction, but you're actually looking at this. This is what these people are doing. And this is what Lou is doing.
Do you feel like people like him, because he's not the only one, but people like him that are doing these kind of things, they're kind of making people who believe in it the butt of the joke now?
I mean, depending on what avenue you go in, and ufology is such a divided topic, and everyone in ufology is either fighting with each other, or falling out, or because we got difference of opinion. But you can either blame that on Lou, or is that just the public doing that, and just how people work on social media. This is a tricky one, mate. I'm not too sure on this. I think the conversation has been hijacked and is not going in a direction that people think. And this is what I always say to people. It says, you got to learn from these people's mistakes. The bugosphere, where it's called. Look at the people involved. Hynek, he's been caught so many times faking stuff. And now I'm supposed to go, oh no, he's got it right this time. Stephen Greer has been caught faking stuff, flipping flare footage. Oh no, but he's got it right this time. It's like, no. For instance, it's like a relationship. When you've been in a relationship, 30 years, you found out that the person is cheated, you split up with them, and then they come back saying, oh, I've changed, and then you go back with them, and they're still the same person. Nothing was changed. They're still lying. That scared the crap out of me. My cat came through the door, and I thought the door opened by itself. So I was like, "Shit!"
You thought it was your missus coming to give you a slap, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she. No, that's what I thought. Yeah. Hey, hello, planetary protector. Nice to see you. I love the thumbnail. That's awesome.
I'm glad to have him here, man, so he can protect our planet.
Absolutely, and protect us from Lou. So that's my little oversight, and I think everyone anyone in chat would agree with me on that one.
But I think the possibility, because these guys do have people that follow them, and if in the possibility of, say, and I'm going to use his words, imminent threat, it would be coming from that sort of camp. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't believe these guys 1 minute, but you know what? If somebody scientific could weigh in and started saying, you know what, and had data and evidence to prove shit.
Okay,
I'll buy it.
Yeah, this is it, mate. This is it. Yeah, ufology's taken like a massive turn, and everyone's complaining about we're getting disclosure soon. It's like it would have happened by now. Like I keep on hearing, Trump's going to be the disclosure president. I'm like, Jesus, really?
Yeah. He can't even release some files. They've all of a sudden disappeared, so you ain't getting shit, right?
We ain't gonna get absolutely nothing. And this is ufology. Look, it's like, for instance, on my last show, I was talking about what ufology is. It's entertainment, is it business, is it industry? It can be a grift, yes, it can be, but nothing's changed. So when people have a go at these channels that promote, not naming who it is, but you got to say, look, this is just ufology. Nothing's changed. Everyone's selling stuff. But the thing is, with ufology, you get a lot of book deals, and for instance, Jeremy Corbell, documentaries, film contracts.
But that's who he is.
But that's who he is.
Corbell's a filmmaker. He's a documentarist.
Yeah, exactly. But so that's part of ufology. Look at Lou. He brought out a book. Look at Ross Coulthart. He brought out a book. Is all, you can call it a grift if you want, but there is money to be making in that. I mean, I guess that is a grift, isn't it? That's part of ufology. And then obviously people will get funny with that. But if you really look at it, I can pull up some old magazines here back in the 90s, said, and they're full of VHS tapes. Buy my VHS tapes and buy my books and stuff like that. Nothing has changed. That's ufology, I think when people are new to the field or the topic itself, they kind of sort of taking a step back and go, oh, there's a lot of grifting going on. There's a lot of, snake oil salesman here. It's like, hold on, that's been going on since the 60s. You had people selling their books. You remember Contact in the Desert back in the 50s? You had George Adamski there. You had people saying, I've been abducted by aliens and they took me up and I saw Mars and Saturn and I went to Venus and I got anal probed by this flipping gorgeous blonde-headed woman. You had stuff like that back in the 60s. You had people literally selling their books, and you could find that's been going on for a long period of time. Nothing is new, guys. It's just people are new to the topic and they're like, oh, this is a load of crap here. It's like, well, what are we supposed to go on here? You know what I mean?
Just be like me. Don't give a shit.
Stop taking it so seriously. This is we're talking about space aliens here. Come on, I think people
talking
take
about
life
the alien.
seriously.
Unless you're talking about the alien in Compton, now that's pretty good.
Alien in where?
In Compton. Ain't you seen a video about the alien?
Well, recently? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. What's it called? Oh, thank you, Run True Saxon. Yeah, like me and Hidden, if we smell BS, we are going to call it out. And if we find there is plot holes, and just to say, hold on, let's take a step back and look at the information and look at the people involved and let's learn from their mistakes. And that's where we've got to go with this. It's just don't trust me, bros. It's like, stop the trust me, bros, to give me some sort of evidence, At the UK of history UFO sightings and government investigation, particularly in 1950s to 2009, but the military friends close. Oh, really? That was an interesting one. It was interesting. Ordered 50 years secrecy of UFOs incidents during World War II to prevent public panic. Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I love sort of old cases like that.
And they reinstated it with the what was it, the Calvine picture.
Oh, did they really? So that's run about
because there's
90s then, isn't it?
They reinstated that because there's how many other pictures are there?
There's 5 other pictures, I believe,
and they can't be seen for how long? 50 years in it.
If they got it or not, if it's actually a real thing.
Whatever they got, but whatever they got, you can't see for 50 years.
Yeah. Nick Pope did a Calvine book. Yeah. Oh, fucking what a surprise! Nick Pope, the guy who's been in ufology. His catchphrase is, "We don't know what they are, but we're not ruling it out." You know, I can't confirm or deny, but I'm not ruling it out. Something like that. It's just the guy has done nothing for ufology in 30 years, and he shows up all the time in my UFO magazine books back in the 90s. He was everywhere in the conferences. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Didn't he do something with Ministry of Defense?
Yeah, he worked for the UFO investigation.
X-Files.
Not even that, mate. Oh, do you know what? Really, like, people consider Nick Pope as the Fox Mulder of the British UFO committee.
He's got that swagger.
No, he doesn't. First of all, he doesn't look like David Duchovny.
He doesn't have to, but he's got the swagger, man.
He don't have the swagger, mate.
He does.
David Duchovny has the swagger.
Yeah,
I tell you something now. Between David Duchovny, Fox Mulder, and Nick Pope, I'm going for Fox Mulder.
Nick Pope, man.
But he puts himself on a pedestal, and it's like, dude, all you did was just read reports. You didn't actually go out there and do the research, actually go into the field itself and actually study and, at least, what do you call it? Interviewing people. I can't think of a bloody word then. Actually going there into the field. He hasn't done that. He's just read reports. Well, guess what? I've done that as well. Does it make me a flipping expert? Do you know what I mean, Matt? He was a desk clerk. No,
Poor Nick Pope. I hope he doesn't hear what you got to say about him.
I don't care what he says. What was he supposed to bring to the table?
Rocket balloons. More rocket balloons.
I swear to God, I'm going to drown you in a rocket balloon. I'm going to buy one, a rocket balloon.
Oh, you're going to make me choke. I can't find the mute. There it is.
Oh, mate, I found
they've changed, guys. They've changed the controllers back here now. So, is it the rocket balloon?
There is your Zamora case, mate, right there. Rocket balloons, you got your aliens, and you got your 2 space beings. Remember the 2 figures that Zamora seen? You got it right there.
It is,
It is right there.
And the overalls.
Do you know what? I'm not joking. I was trying to look back at my previous episodes. I was trying to find like sexy aliens, and they're like good looking aliens. I swear to God, I put like sexy aliens in this Microsoft Bing, and a bunch of porn came up.
Oh dear!
I can believe it. I just like.
So that's why you was you a bit hesitant to type in rocket balloons?
I was actually kind of. I was thinking a rocket is going to show a flipping knob or something like that, and I don't want to do that to your show. Don't embarrass the people on the show. Artist impression. Yeah. So yeah, this is an interesting one, mate. We've come up to 2.5 hours.
Have we?
Yeah, it's gone on. It's pretty quick, isn't it? So an overall conclusion on the Zamora case. What do you reckon, Hidden, from what I showed you? Fake? Gay?
No, it's not fake. Something was there.
Something was there. Sure.
More compelling as well is the eyewitness, the tourists, because they saw this thing in motion. It flew
Yeah, they
over
saw it.
their car. It flew over their car low. They said definitely weren't a helicopter. Definitely wasn't a plane. It was heading into the direction where Zamora was, where he had his encounter. Because didn't they say also they saw the police officer running towards it?
Yeah, I do believe so. Actually, yeah. Yeah, and the police officer, no, he ran towards it, but then it made that roar sound, and then eventually he hid behind a car.
And then Rebecca also added in the mix that there was another sighting.
No, that was it. That was the tourist. I think I showed it in the video. That was it. That was the other sightings.
No,
I believe.
she said it was you remember she sent a link.
Oh, did she? It's bisexual. I'm thinking a little bit gay. I don't know. Is it on there?
I think it was definitely something. Test flight for a rover.
Yeah,
the legs kind of look like it could be some sort of landing module.
Yeah, that's what the one debunks of it, but it's kind of hard to tell, isn't it, when you look at it? A resident horse is tourist group by the craft. Oh, okay. Which case, you put that one in there. Someone put a really good UFO sighting. There was one in Wales.
Oh,
hold on.
It's not in the chat.
That's right.
Oh,
well, I did have one. I did have one in the wings. I think it might be that one actually. Ripperson Farm UFO. Yeah, I think I've heard about that one.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's to do with kids, isn't it? The kids drew the same craft. That's it. I tell you what, that's a good one, Sophia. Yeah, thanks for that one. Penstrich case. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna, because I had one queued up for like a later on show, and I think. Oh, you talking about? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. We'll sort out another time. I'm rambling on.
You know, we're getting all these sightings from Wales. We could just do one show on just these 3 sightings.
Well, believe it or not, well, I'll tell you what do you want to do? Do you want to do UMO, or I have a book here called The Welsh Triangle, and this book came out in the 70s. Astonishing accounts of UFO sightings in the corner of Wales known as the Welsh Triangle.
Is any of these cases mentioned in there?
I would have thought so, mate.
When did that book come out? Because Rebecca's is the 70s.
So this came out in 1979, but the reprint 1980s. So it's up to you, mate. It's up to you. That's where I am from. Oh, really, Sophia? Oh, okay. I'm in Wales. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure there'll be some. Sorry, mate, carry on.
I think we should do one called it the Welsh Triangle, or should let's go with 3 of them.
Okay, no worries. We'll do that then. We'll do that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm just looking through the book to see if we've got any of those cases that anyone says in there. Yeah, do you want to do Welsh Triangle or Welsh UFO sightings? Fancy that?
Yeah.
Oh, burps again. So sorry. Right, should we just end the show? Because I'm tired, man. I'm gonna go. Hey, nice to see you, man. A bit late to the party, but the school in Wales was Broadhaven in Pembrokeshire. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sighting looks pretty good. I have heard of that one before.
I've heard of none of these.
You never heard of anyone? Oh, good cases. Well, I'll keep you surprised, mate.
I know when I was up on holiday, they told me one sighting that happened that blew my mind. But I forgot it all. Forgot it.
Okay.
I know something like it hit a tree or something like that.
Right. Okay.
But never mind.
Okay. Well, True Saxon says, good show, I think, boys. I think. Did you do 420 too hard, mate? I don't blame you.
My eyes are burning.
Right, let's end the show, brother. Let's
All right.
end the show. Yeah, it's been a really interesting case. Showed some other stuff in UFOs as well, and it's I thought it'd be a good one. The Lonnie Zamora case of 1964, fascinating one, and one of the best cases in UFO history, especially American history as well. So yeah, and thanks to the new people in chat. Sophia, it's nice to see you. Black Dot, Rody, Matrix, Rebecca, nice to see you as well. And Moody Mongrel. Oh, Moody, bear in mind, if you come in on Friday's show on Alien Addict, I will be drinking the drink of ingredients you give me. Your lemonade, Brazilian lemonade, I think. And we'll do a first taster. And hopefully no more burps. So sorry, terrible. But no, thanks to everyone in chat. John Strokes and Sheep Pop Pop. Yeah, it's a pleasure as always. And hope to see you on Friday. Yes, but we will not be showing any more Brazilian lemonade. That's it, Moody. That's the one. And hopefully we won't get banned again. That was but a barrel laugh. But we will be going through like old cases again. I think it was like the best UFOs caught on tape or something like that, and amongst other stuff as well. So there we go. Hidden, you're there. Earth to Hidden.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Sweet.
I got pretty much nothing more to say.
That's cool, man. You 420 quite hard. It's understandable. It was all right.
It's enjoyable, but yes, Nick, thank you so much for.
That's all right, brother.
That was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. And Rebecca did send us the link to the other sighting. Well, the other witness.
Okay.
So that even if we could tie that in or not tie it in, that made this was a very good one. Very good one. Indeed. Yeah. And he did
absolutely.
I reckon there was something. It's a hard one. It's a hard one because I want to say it's ours. But I'm taking into account the thing was flying.
But it's a bit like Roswell sort of situation. You just it's never going to get sold, but it's a fascinating case, nevertheless.
Because didn't they say how they have to test the lunar modules? They had to drop them.
Yeah, but it's still connected.
But they would fire up, but they had to drop them from something. This thing, the tourists said they saw this thing flying.
Yeah, this is completely different. Yeah.
So it's definitely a weird one, isn't it?
It is, yes. Unless the crane itself was anti-gravity and it flew the object over.
Okay, Terrence Howard. Okay.
Combustion jet engine,
yeah.
It's Nick. Okay, sweet. Rebecca.
Or
it
could be the infamous rocket balloon.
I swear to God, I'm gonna slap you with one next time I see you. And I'll put a brick in it as well, not air.
That jovial note, I'm gonna say good night, man.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We'll see you whenever.
God bless y'all, man. God bless y'all. Until next time. And yeah, what are we gonna do? The Welsh sightings?
We're gonna do yes, we're gonna do the Welsh sightings. Yeah.
All right, I'll link up with you on the weekend, and we'll. All right, never mind. All right, so good night, and God bless y'all, man. Thank you for turning up. 420 for life.
Absolutely. Rocket balloons are gay. Go. See you. Have a good night. See you soon.
Man, you had to get the rocket balloons in before we left.
One more dig in. See you later, everyone.
Oh, sorry.
For there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing concealed that will not be known and illuminated. Stay blessed and keep safe. This is the hidden underbelly. Stay blessed and keep safe.